Well, it's your old mate Daryl along with Toby. There he is, the main man. How is everybody today? Do you know it was raining cats and dogs earlier on? It was absolutely awful. We came out, me and the Toblerone, and we were absolutely wet through. We walked 2 miles. In that time we were wet through my coat, my other coat. You know, my Scania coat. It's absolutely wringing wet through. My other hat and my gloves were wet through. Come on. Whoa, that's it. Just awful it was. But anyway, here we are. You know, this phone's a treat. My other phone, you know, my little Oppo, I could get about an hour's filming on it. A bit more, about an hour and 20 minutes maximum. But with this, I'm getting an hour and a half and I've still got 65-70% left, power left. So that's great. Yeah, you can see the damage done to the car. There you go. It's been kicked in. That's not with the sea or anything like that. There's no rocks or anything like that. Someone's giving it a good kicking. Why, I don't know. Well, we're more or less halfway through January and it's still there. So it's been there approximately 5 months. Yep, 5 months. The question is, will it still be there at Easter? Hopefully not. But I don't think I'll be going to Joe Corrall's Buckies to put a bet on it moving by then. Well, Toby, let's get you under here because you don't like walking through water and mud. So I'll walk round. Come on, Toby. There we are. Don't want to get his feet in mud. That's their blaming. I'm alright, I've got hiking boots on. Let's try and get out of there. Yeah, that's it. So the car certainly had a few blows, hasn't it? Hi, John. Oh, we're fine. It was absolutely awful earlier on. It was really bad, but now it's not too bad. I'm good. Toby's bad. Good. Sorry. Hello. Oh.
Oh, I love his coat.
You like it, dear?
Like a matching pair.
Well, that's it. Come on. Yeah, Toby's fine. There he is. Well, I've just spent the last hour revising all I know for my main assessment on Monday for Coastwatch. Hi Dave, how are you? We're good. The weather's a bit crap, but it's not raining. This morning it was absolutely horrendous. went out, I had my other heavy coat on, my Scania coat, and my hat and my gloves. My gloves and my hat were absolutely wringing wet. My Scania coat was wringing wet, and my trousers were wet where the rain had run off my coat onto them. And we weren't out that long, maybe 40 minutes. I walked from my house just to where the end of these bungalows and back, and in that time we were both wet. His other jacket was absolutely soaking wet, because I've started putting both jackets on him when we come out in the evening. But he's only just got that on now. This one. Well, the sea's pretty placid tonight. We're not getting all the drama and excitement that we've had in recent days. Apparently, the other day, the girl, Grace, her rucksack was found, her backpack, whatever she had, was actually found, but not her. The whole thing's very, very sad. Well, me and Toby have done 5 miles today, 2 this morning, and we just done another 3. Yeah, so I was saying I've been revising in my mind all that I can remember of what I've learned at Coastwatch. I'm pretty much okay, actually. Come on then. No, I'm not going down. No. We're not going on the beach. We're going that way. Somebody wants to go down on the beach. Come on, Tobes. Yeah, so the sea's not as rough as it has been. It's pretty placid. And there he goes, Toby. No, I'm out the same time as I normally am. I come out at 2:30, Edward, and I normally go back home 4:30, 4:45, something like that. So this is my normal time. I'm going to go out later at the end of January. Probably starting not this Monday but next Monday. We're going to go forward 15 minutes. So instead of me going out at 2:30, I'm going to go out at 3:15, which means I'll pick you guys up at about 3:45. But no, I'm normally out at this time. I've been online for about 10 minutes, which is about right, really. I always get you around about 3:30. Might be a few minutes later, depending on where I am and where my turnaround point is. Have you had a good day, Edward? Hi Nicola, how are you then? Yeah, I should think so, Edward. Yeah, can't think any reason why I'm not. I'm more or less out every day. Unless the weather's that bad, I don't go out. If it's really bad, then there's just no point. Or the only other time I won't be out is if I'm at Coastwatch in the afternoon, because I'm not getting home until it's dark. So then there's no point. But hopefully I shouldn't be going in the afternoon on a regular basis. I might be required to cover for somebody and things like that. But my normal shift now is going to be Monday morning. After this Monday, of course, when I have my big assessment. Oh, hang on, I'm going to have to sort him out. Toby! There. Sorry, Toby, it's my fault. And to fasten his jacket. Trouble is, the jacket's a bit too big for him. Why is that, Edward? How come you had to struggle with your groceries? Yep. There he is, the bird. Well, we've got 20 people coming with us at the moment. I'd just like to welcome them all to my channel. It's good to have you on board. I hope you're enjoying this walk along the coast at Withensea. If you are, please like, comment, share and subscribe. I've got lots of things on my channel, but you'll have to subscribe to be able to access them. I've got you know, if you don't want to do that, that's fine as well. You can like, you can comment, you can share, you can tell me what you think about the channel, what do you like, what do you think I could do better at. Tell me what you would like to see. I'm always here to listen. Hi Azrael, how are you? I'm sorry to hear that, Edward. That sounds terrible. Yeah. I'm seeing a lot what I've sent down. How do you mean, Edward? I know my missus, she's got arthritis and she struggles a lot. And it's hard work to get her out of the house. She has 2 mobility scooters, one in the back of the car and then one at the side of the house. Now and again I can get her out on a mobility scooter, but to be honest, it is getting really hard to do that. When we first come here, she was alright at walking, but I think the pandemic killed that one, because she hasn't been the same since the pandemic, and she didn't go out of the house literally for 2 years. Oh right, Edward, I'm sorry, see me, but the stuff I've uploaded and saved. Sorry about that, Edward. I've got you now. Yeah, I've got some nice stuff on there, haven't I? Got some interesting stuff. Some of my walks that I've put, that I've done, using my camcorder are good. After I've done my final assessment on Monday, I'm going to finish off what I started doing on Hessel Road. So I'll get that done, and I'm going to revisit Grimsby. It is a grim place, but I'm going to revisit it. I'm not going to go around that council estate at Nunsthorpe again. I took my life in my hands, so I won't be doing that, but I'll walk around the town centre and we'll see how much it's changed. Oh, the weather was chronic last week, Edward. It was chronic. It was awful. It was cold, miserable, the snow. It worried me. I think a couple of days last week, maybe 3 days, I just decided I'm not going out. I weren't going to risk it. So you're not on your own there. I know one day I went to the shop and I nearly slipped in the road, and that scared me. Roads had been gritted, but the salt had been washed away by the rain, and that had frozen. It was awful. I'm glad I didn't have to go anywhere by car. Well, Toby's enjoying himself and it's not raining, so all's good. Would you like a treat, Toby? That's a daft question, I think. Hang on, let me just get Toby a treat. Here we go. Sorry about that. Here we are. There you go. Toby's had his treat. Yep, somebody's coming with a dog. Mind, they could well be. Hello, love. Hey! There could well be a snow bomb coming. We'll have to see. So it's pretty mild today here, but you just don't know how things are going to transpire. I'd expect till the end of February we are going to get quite a lot of cold days. And you be careful out there. That's true, Dave. That is very true. We have had some gritting, but as I said, the salt literally just washed away. Yeah, typical Cheshire, yeah. The thing is, Cheshire's in two bits. You've got East and West Cheshire, haven't you? One is worse than the other. Neither are good, but I believe one's a lot worse than the other. But I don't know which is which. Well, as I was saying earlier on, the young girl, Grace, who got washed away by the tide, we still haven't found her body yet. It hasn't washed up anywhere. It will do in time, but it hasn't done yet. Although they have found her backpack that she had, and that was about 200 yards from here, you know, from the Pier Towers. There you go. The flowers, you know, the tributes just get more and more. East Warring, right. Now I wasn't sure where the dividing line was. I know places like Disley are in the east, and I know like Knutsford is in the west. Well, we've done our 12,000 steps, so that's good. All right. I think all councils are pretty lackadaisical, if I'm honest. Our council, they built this monstrosity. What is it, I can hear you asking? Right. What it was, they were like pop-up fountains for kids to play in, wash their feet in after being on the beach, whatever, for kiddies. Now, that's all well and all good. Good idea, you may be thinking. What's Darryl on about? When we get the annual fair is along here. And right there, where the little fountains are, is where the fair park the lorries with the generators on the back. Just here and here. So what happens? One, you get diesel contaminating the water, and as a result of that, two, they can't be used. So they spent literally thousands of pounds on making that attraction, and they can't use it. Unbelievable, isn't it? Now they're spending, I don't know how much, on getting some beach huts. Hello. Hey, enough. Hey, oi. Buster. Yeah. So we're getting these beach huts. I don't know how much they're going to cost, but fair dues. Will it improve a place? I don't know. Why not get gates for the Pier Towers? If you'd have had gates there, which can be locked when we lock the storm gates, then just maybe last week's tragedy might not have happened. You can never say for certain, but then you can never say for certain that those new things you're going to, beach huts we're going to have, are not going to get vandalised. Oh, we're fine, Paul. We're fine. How's your lot? Toby's fine. Oh, I know, Paul. He could be the one thing he would love is a punch-up. Any dog who he thinks is vaguely aggressive, he wants to have a go at, he'd love a punch-up. Most dogs is okay with, but then there are some he would love to have a punch-up with. Well, it's 4 o'clock already. So we're going to give everybody a brand new, well, what's up with the old bins? I mean, I think with my council, if you wreck they gave us all an initial bin. And if you want another one, you have to pay for it. If you wreck the bin, that's your problem and you've got to pay for it. All the stuff you put in the bin, the lid has got to close. So if there's not a bin, not a lid on it, they will not empty it. And other than wreck the lid, I don't know how you can wreck a wheelie bin. I suppose you could. I suppose you could wreck the wheels, maybe. But anyhow, that would be the residents' problem. The council wouldn't supply another bin. Oh, I'm with you. So you're going to end up with 4 bins. We've got 3. We've got a green bin for general rubbish, a blue bin for recycled, and a brown bin for garden waste and things like that. My missus don't care, it all goes in the green bin. I'll try and separate stuff, but she don't care. She don't care. It just all goes in the bin. And then she ties it up in a plastic sack for me to take out. That's the old Duchess. She don't care. Really? It's a while since I've been to Lincoln, to be honest. I'm thinking of going there sometime. Well, I will be going there sometime in the new year. And I'll be doing my video and also a live from there. I'll do both from there. We'll have a walk around the town centre for university campus and places like that. And we'll go a bit further afield. It's a while since I've been. Actually, I like Lincoln. Hello, love. Well, we've got 31 people with us now. Just like to welcome everybody aboard and say thank you very much for coming on my channel. It's great to have you and it's great to see everybody. If you like the channel, please like, comment, share and subscribe. I've got lots of things, interesting videos, lives, pictures on my channel, but you have to subscribe to access them. If not, that's fine too. We can just chat. Tell me what you like about my channel. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you think I could do better. Tell me what you'd like to see, or even talk about something different. We talk about all sorts of things on here. Right. I see. What? £5 for a half-hour trip on that Brayford, whatever it's called. That I know where you mean. Near the university. That Brayford Lock along that bit of a canal after that. Coast. Talk about Tam the punter. Well, that's fair enough, actually, Dave. That's a good idea. That's a good thing about having a dog. Two things. We don't have that much food waste. And the other thing, of course, you don't really get rats. I shouldn't think you get rats with having a cat, though. Let's go and have a look see what time the tide's coming in. Normally it's pretty dark by the time we get here, isn't it? So the nights are certainly getting shorter. So it's Tuesday. So high water's going to be at 12:58 a.m. That's something people should know something about, seals at rest. Something I'll talk about. Oh, look at the sky, look at that. Just look at that. We've had such an awful day today. Hello. I've got kids here, so I'm just going to put my phone over there. All right, girls. No worry. Ooh. Yeah, I don't ever want to catch kids on my camera if I can help it. Especially after all this stuff about grok. I don't know what the truth is there. I don't, apparently they can use it for coming out with pornographic images of kids and things. I don't know enough about things like that. But I certainly wouldn't want any kids I come across with being subjected to that. I think it is a bit hypocritical though. It is hypocritical of the government though, because at the end of the day, they didn't seem to care about grooming gangs, and there seems to be a lot of members of Parliament, including those in the Labour Party, who have an issue with women and children's bodies. So I'm not entirely convinced of the reasons the government want to shut down X. I mean, from what I've seen of X, it's a load of crap anyway. A load of damaged people posting nasty comments. Well, that doesn't mean to say you should ban them. All right, love. See, his mum's busy at the moment, Toby. Yeah, I agree. It is absolutely amazing, isn't it, Paul, that sky? Just look at it. Yeah, they should leave them alone. But you get people, you get kids, even the parents have been with them, lobbing stones at them. Mind you, it is a minority, and there's enough of us around, if we see it, to put an end to it, to stop them from doing it, and stay with the seal until they've gone. So there is that side of it as well. Yes, Dave, I have been to seal. We've been at several times, and we've seen the seals up there. It took us a while to find out where they were. First time we went to Seal Sands, we found were chemical works. We went past Haverton Hill up that way, and that's all we could find. I mean, eventually we found out where it was. At that time, the old Duchess were good on her feet, and because it's quite a walk from the car park over that bridge to where you can observe them. But we did, went and saw them. Wouldn't be able to do it now. She would struggle, even on a mobility scooter. Yeah, that's right, Edward. I mean, as I said, I don't know the truth of that grok thing. I really don't. I don't know enough about things like that. I'm not a technical genius. I can do what I need to do on a computer. I can use YouTube. I'm okay at that. I can write letters using, Microsoft stuff. I can do databases. I can do spreadsheets. Well, that's about it, really. I can make PowerPoint presentations. I were a teacher. So that's about as good as it gets. So I couldn't really argue on the technicalities of what grok can and can't do. If there's a chance where people can use pictures of kids, though, to make pornography, then I'd say either X should deal with that, or that grok should be stopped. If it's a question of it's embarrassing a politician, I don't really have much sympathy. Politicians embarrass themselves and they embarrass everybody else. So I wouldn't have that much sympathy. I'm not going to go out and abuse any politician. I have my own feelings on these things, and I have my own beliefs. But I certainly wouldn't use my channel for that. But at the same time, I have to be careful that anything I do doesn't end up in the wrong hands and people sexually objectifying kids because of something I've done. Yeah, Paul, I know Morecambe. Southport's exactly the same. Have you ever been to Southport? Christ, when the sea goes out, it's like being in the Sahara Desert. Last time I went to Morecambe, it would have been about, trying to think, my mum was still with us. Be about 2009, I think. 2008, 2009. And we both went up to Sunderland Point at Heysham. And we were walking through this field. And I got surrounded by loads and loads and loads of cows. Hey, look at the ground. This was the sea. This morning. Look at it all. It put the fear of God into me. I thought they were going to stampede me. I just couldn't get past them. I'm saying, Mum, Mum. Yeah, my mum said, what's up with you? I said, I can't move. She said, what's up with you? I said, the cows. So she called me a Mary Ann, my mum. And she said, well, just walk past them. I said, I can't. Yeah, she came walking towards me, clapped her hands, and the cows just disappeared. They were gone. I was so grateful for my mum on that day. Really grateful my mum was there. And that was, I think it was 208, it might have been 209, I'm not sure. It was before I went to India the last time. Well, here's the thing. That is amazing. It does get packed. That is good that to cover 6,000 miles on your bike. Wow, that is amazing. Edward, well, this is the thing, innit? They'll get found out. If you turn round and say women don't have a you-know-what, you're likely to get a visit and a knock at the door from old Bill, who will tell you you've committed a non-hate crime or whatever it's called, and that what you've said can hurt people, and you can get a finger wagging. So obviously the laws for dealing with pornography and things like grok are already there. If you make an image of a child, a sexualized image of a child, then you can get into, you'll be taken to court and you'll be dealt with. So what is the difference with grok? It's the same with women. There's laws against upskirting and all sorts of things. If you're going to start taking unsolicited images of women, the laws are there to deal with people. So why do you have to ban X or why do you have to ban anything? I don't really get it. I'm erring on the thought that politicians don't like being embarrassed and they think we should respect them. But that's the point. Nobody, that is a different issue altogether. If they want us to respect them, then they need to behave respectably and respect the people who vote. Oh, that does sound, wow, a gold wing, yep. That really does sound something. I forget what bike my son, yeah. It's a BMW, but a brand new, almost new. It was new when he got it. A 25 registered BMW. Don't ask me what type. It is a Tourer. That's about all I know. It's been literally all over Europe since getting it. He loves his bike. He's been out on his bike, but he also has took the bike in his van. He has a van. Put the bike in the van. Gone over to Europe with the bike, and he's been here, there, and done whatever he's done with the bike as well. His partner, she has a bike. I know last year we went to Croatia on the bikes. That is some journey, isn't it, really? From Huddersfield to Croatia. He runs these rallies in his spare time. He calls them rust box. I think they're rust box rallies. You got to get a cheap car and you got to get it there, and if possible, get it back. You pay so much to enter, and then there's a prize at the end of it. I don't know much about them other than that he does it. I agree with you, Edward. It's just the hypocrisy behind it all. I mean, you got people like me online. I'm always as careful as I can be. It's always in my mind, things like that, things like kiddie porn and so. Just be careful, and when you've been careful, just be a bit more careful. Do you know what I mean? And I know that's the right way to be. If you're not, I mean, there are people out there who will exploit kids, and the government know this. Go out and get them. Deal with them. You know, these people need dealing with. But by banning X, he's not going to deal with it. Yeah, Paul. I know it's a BMW. He drives a BMW car. He's got a BMW bike. His van. I think it's a big Peugeot. I think. But his BMW car's nice. It's a 2-door saloon. It's a lovely car. It's got all the mods and cons on it, all the bells and whistles. And apparently his bike's, I've seen the bike, but I don't know much about bikes. I don't know much about anything really. No, seriously. I'm just glad he's made an awesome life for himself, if that makes sense. There we are in front of us, look at the sky. I'm hoping we can get to see the sunset in a minute. Remember walking down here a couple of weeks ago? We still had Christmas lights and it was dark. And now look at it. Yeah, you can tell it's going dark, but it's still good. Another couple of weeks, we'll be getting towards like 5 o'clock and it'll still be light. What are we on, 20 past 4 now, something like that. Yeah, 21 minutes past 4. And it's still nice. Do you think it'll be dark by about 4:45? Come on, Toby. I really want you I prefer you on the other side of me. No, but it's nice to be out at this time, walking in the light. Let me get this assessment for Coastwatch out of the way. And we'll have to go and have a walk over the Humber Bridge while it still gets dark. I won't have any revision or anything to do. Scania. We might be able to see a little bit of red sky down here. Not as much as I'd like, mind you. Wow, someone's still got the Christmas lights up. You're right, Paul, spring is coming. Well, this is the thing, and this is what I've said about this grok thing and about banning kids on the internet. I don't see how it's going to stop kids going on it. I really don't. It's also a tool for doing your own work, things like that. So you're going to be disenfranchising a load of kids. Plus, if you think of it another way, there's a lot of people out there who'll only be too happy to give children internet access. And we know what those people are going to be like. As you said, it's just going to drive it all underground, where there'll be no control. And I thought that, but it's just stupid. What you need is more education about it, more warnings, explain things better to parents. Anybody who's actually found dealing in things like pornography, kiddie porn and things like that, make sure they go to prison. Necessary, build more jails. Now what they don't do is drive it underground. You're just going to make the situation a lot worse. Yeah, I know Rue's bike has all these wonderful things, heated grips and things like that. I remember him telling me. Right, so I've used 1,000 calories. That's good. I think part of the problem though with kids and the internet and stuff like that, it's parents who are more than happy to put the kids in front of a screen and leave them. Rather than supervise them, just stick them in front of the screen and just leave them to it. I know when mine were younger. Hello. I know when my two were younger, the computer, we only had one at the time though, was in the living room. And then it got shunted off to the top of the stairs. And if whoever were on it, me and Pat would go up and have a quick look now and again. So it was always at risk we're going to see stuff. I don't think they never came to any harm. But then I know of a girl who my son knew, and some pervert, I mean she was about 15, the girl, and some pervert had her dancing naked in front of him. You've got to be really careful with these things. But at the end of the day, parents have a duty of care and a responsibility. Look at all the ships out there. I'll try and get a better look at it in a minute. Well done, 15,000 steps so far. Come on, Tobes. Well, we're doing 7.34 miles, so we'll have done over 8 miles when I get home, so that's pretty good. Well, we have about 6 ships on the horizon. Let's see if we can make them a bit clearer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can get 5 anyhow. 6. See, I'm a line halfway up my phone. I can see them better than you can. Come on, Tobes, it's awful round here. Come on. Toby's not very happy at walking in mud. Can't say I blame him. And he doesn't like standing here. Hang on, Toby. No, I don't like standing there. We got wet last time. Hiya. Hello, I can hear you whimpering. Oh. Huh? All right, love. See you later. I often see that girl. I think she's a dog walker. I see her with different dogs. So I'm assuming that. Hi, Dwayne. Well, there is that Paul, 80s and 90s TV, but now people just stick a 3-year-old in front of a screen, an iPad, anything. Hi Dwayne, how are you anyhow today? Well, that depends. I've more or less got my blood sugars under control, but over Christmas I let it go quite a bit. You know, I let things go. So my blood sugars started creeping up, and I've put on about 2 pounds in weight. So I'm not too concerned at that, because I will walk, once the weather starts getting a bit better, I will walk that off. And my blood sugars, I just went back on my meds. But now I'm okay again. Today I'll have walked about 8.5 miles. I like to walk between 8 and 12 miles a day. Between 8 and 12 miles a day will keep my blood sugars stable. And it'll also keep my weight stable. If I really want to lose weight, I can lose up to about 4 pounds in a week, but then I'm walking between 18 and 20 miles a day, which in the summer I was doing that. Yeah, it's not a problem. That's one thing I am really, oh look at that sky. It's one thing I am really good at. Even this morning I thought, Christ, when I got out and it started raining, I thought, am I going to do my 4 mile? And I thought, well, I'd like to. That'll give me 10 miles and the 6 mile this afternoon. I went out, got a look at that. And then I thought it was just too bad. So I thought after a mile, I'm going home. So that was 2 mile. I'll have done about 6.5 now, so I'm all right with 8. But in winter, I like between 8. I like to average out at 10 mile a day. And this last week, I've not been doing that. Just look at that. It's just amazing, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. We're probably more than 20 foot up actually. And that's why we can see them. Evening. Yeah, I think they're well past the wind farm. I think Dave told me that we're 5 mile out, so we'd be probably about 8-9 mile away. I'll have a look. Let's try and see where them ships are. Sorry about that. Hang on. I'm just going to walk past this dog and then I'll get my phone back out and we'll try and work out where them ships are. Hello.
Hello, right.
Yeah, I'm good. You? Oh, look at that. Now that is worth looking at. That is amazing. It's outstanding, isn't it? No, I'm not too bad. Just a bit chesty, that's all. It's been a bit damp. I have asthma, so it does affect me. Right, let's have a quick look. Well, there's Witham, see? And there's no boats visible. So what I would say is probably fishing boats, and they've got their transponders off, so they don't show up. Hello. A lot of boats do it. They just turn off their radar. We've not seen these for a long time. Hello, mate. Hello, mate. Here we are back at the lifeboat station. There's Toby. And the lifeboat station is exactly how I like to see it. Closed, no panic, no worries, everybody happy. The RNLI released some footage of the lifeboat being launched. Hiya, you okay? Hello. You okay?
Sorry?
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Can you say hello or what?
Wait. Hello, nicely.
Hello.
The little one with me today. She just didn't want to come out.
Didn't she?
No,
Oh.
that was 2 hour. She sat on the top of my stairs and I said, do you want to go out? She went upstairs. So I thought, I'll just visit.
They tell you, don't they?
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah.
Come on then. Let's go and get rid of this. See you again.
See you again, love. Take care. Now you're being told. Evening.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was a friend of Toby's. I've never seen the Northern Lights here, Edward, but other people have. I've seen pictures of the Northern Lights from Midlandsea, but I've never actually seen them. Yeah. Well, Chinese, for Russians, I think they all do it, don't they? You know, turn the beacons off and just fish. I think the Spanish are good at that as well. Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm all right. You?
Yeah, not so bad.
Hello.
Oh,
All right, come on. It's a nice dog. He's no trouble to anybody. I don't think the French are behind the door at that either, come to think of it. Ignoring quotas and things like that. Just look at that. It's beautiful, isn't it? Well, the thing is, Dot's not so happy, sorry. The thing is, Toby has his friends and he's good with his friends. But if he detects the smallest amount of aggression in another dog, even if it's not aggression, he wants a punch up. He's been itching for a punch up now for ages. He'd love to have a go at another dog. He really would. All the dogs he knows he's friendly with, no problem. He'll play with them, he's fine. But there's a handful of dogs he just doesn't like. I don't know why he doesn't like them. He just doesn't like them. And he would love to have a punch up. So I've got to watch him, you know, for that. He has a big sheepdog friend, about 4 times his size, and they are good mates. No, look at them clouds, you know. He has lots of doggy friends. But he would still love a punch up. Yeah. Oh mate. Hey. It is, isn't it? You know, when you look at you look at those way those pinks are blended in. Yeah, I've never seen them at all, Dave. I don't think from the UK you're going to get, you know, that same effect that you would get, you know, from Greenland or Iceland or the north of Finland. It's going to be muddy brown, what we get. You know, we're too far down, aren't we, on the globe, really? We're too far from the North Pole. Yeah, I get that. You're right there, Doctor Not So Happy. He's a teenager, a recalcitrant teenager, yeah, and he wants a punch up. He's top dog, he thinks. He's still a good boy, though. Just have to watch him now. I just have to keep my eye on him now and again. It's a lot worse than our Toby, I know that. When we're on the beach at Holland, I let him off his lead. Or when we're up on the cliff, mainly, I let him off his lead. There are dogs up there who I know, so I don't really have a problem. I just let him play with them. There we go. So it's going dark now. We're at 4:45, I think, something like that. Yeah. So it's not quite dark, but it's kind of getting there. It's not that long ago when it was well dark by now. Evening. Go on, Tobes. If you just think, a month ago, it was completely dark at this point. You know, we couldn't see the Pier Towers or anything, could we? Come on, Toby. Yeah, I was a bit disappointed with my walk this morning, 2 mile. You know, just to the end of the North Promenade and back. But we were drowned. And there were no point in just carrying it on. If I had have done, then today we would have got our 10 mile out of it. But I'm not bothered, and the 8 miles is still alright. I got 7 mile yesterday. He is good. 15-year-old lurcher, that is good for a lurcher. 15 is really good. Usually bigger dogs you don't get. Yeah, you don't really get 15 years out of bigger dogs as a rule. So to get 15 years out of a lurcher, still going strong, that is amazing. One of my neighbours has a lurcher. They are a nice dog. They can walk forever, can't they? Yeah, somebody's put some candles, you know, with the flowers. I think that's really nice. In memory of those who lost their lives in that tragedy a week ago last Friday. You know, as awful and as sad as it is, it is nice. It is nice, Edward. You know, as awful as that tragedy was, and you can't begin to underestimate just how awful it was. In another way, it brings out the very best in people, be it the lifeboat men, the Coast Guard, the old guy who went into the water, whoever. It just brought out the very best in people, the people who were left behind, the people who are putting those floral tributes on the gates, you know, on the Pier Towers. It just brings out the very best. Okay, we've had some idiots who've gone on and said some very hurtful things on the local Facebook group, but who cares what they think anyhow? There's a lot more people who have had compassion and care than that haven't. And at the end of the day, it's those people who'll carry the weight. Those people who matter. It was dreadful. I'll say this for Withensea. People here respect the lifeboat men and they respect the Coast Guard. You know, we're our people, they live where they live amongst us. Yeah, I mean, that is lovely. The flower, you know, the floral tribute and the candles. That is absolutely amazing. I think we'll have that for tonight's icon. I'm going to go back and just take the picture, and we'll have that for tonight's icon. I had another one, another picture, but that would be a lot nicer, I think. Well, the inquest started yesterday in Hull, but then it were adjourned. I think it's been adjourned until March. As I hear more, I will share what I know. Our friends are back in the mobile. Yeah, that'll do. Yeah, I've got a picture of it. So that'll be the picture I put on the icon. I'll crop it and I'll use that for tonight. I did have another picture, but I think that's a better one. Having two phones, one phone I'm using the camera and another phone for taking pictures or doing anything else with, you know, it really helps. Really, really helps. Well, we'll take our walk past Games King. Well, there's one of our buses. We've almost knocked the old bus garage down. They filled in the maintenance pits and they got most of it down. They reckon it's costing them £420,000 to knock the bus depot down, create a hard standing to park the buses on, and to put in a porter cabin for the drivers. God, money like that, eh? £420,000. I'd have done it brick by brick with a hammer and a chisel for a lot less than that.
I don't think there was. No, that was in the one in Bridge, wasn't it? The one in Bridge.
Well, we've lost all our lights, haven't we? Withensea has gone back to sleep until half term. we should get a bit of life at the end of February. And then come Easter, it'll start livening up again. We're going on holiday for a week in April. We're going to Whitby for a week, me and the Duchess and Nicola, so that'll be good. Kiddie wink there, so I just shifted my camera. Well, here we go. All the lights have gone now. They haven't been removed yet, they're still there. They've just been switched off. God knows when they'll remove them. I know I could just eat right now a vanilla slice, but I know they are shut. We're cleaning up. But I think tomorrow I will treat the Duchess and myself to a vanilla slice for after tea. Come on, Toby. Certainly sounds a little bit rough. If my car were making noises like that, I would be getting very, very, very worried. Well, what is it? You get paid and then you pay loads of money back in tax. The people who need benefits can't get them. Those who don't need them, you get loads of them. So I don't know, Dave. Anyway, from Toby and from me, I'm going to get myself sorted out. We're back home. So from Toby, yeah, Toby, that's better. And from me, just like to thank everybody for coming along on this walk. It's been absolutely brilliant again, as it always is. I've had some good company, we've had some really good discussions. Yeah, see you soon too, Edward. It's been really great. As always, we had some good discussions. I'd just like to say thank you very much, especially for those who have subscribed, shared, liked, and commented. The comments have been absolutely brilliant. So I'm just going to say to everybody, thank you from me and from Toby. So I'm going to go and see the old Duchess now. So good night, everybody. See you tomorrow.